Hey guys, what's up? This video is sponsored by cashout.gg. Make sure you go check them out. Link will be in the description. Yesterday I took a poll on what you guys wanted to see today, and you wanted to see my new concept for a bunker base. I'm not sure if that's what it would be in the traditional sense, but it's basically an extra 2C4 airlock without needing an armored door. So while you're out like farming monuments and such, you'll come across stone external gates more so than you will armored doors. So we can utilize that to strengthen the front of our main base. I would probably build a starter base beforehand, and while you're out like farming and such, and just fortify your starter base or whatever. How you go about this is up to you. It would be easier as a solo to just build a little 2x1, start farming monuments and such at the beginning of the wipe, trying to make plays or whatever, and then eventually you'll come across a gate, because you will need the gate before you build the rest of the base, which is kind of the only downfall of it. You can't build the base and then do this later on, unfortunately. This is what it looks like a little closer up though. It's basically just the square and the two triangles right here, and you're not able to ladder up it at all. And you're also not able to put a wall on the front on the second floor either, so I decided that the best option for that would be to trap it so that people have an even more difficult time coming down on your ceiling from the front of your base. At least the rest of the base design would be up to you. If you guys want to see me do something with this in the future, let me know. The middle, I chose to put a door there. I would suggest putting an auto turret in there. But mostly if you're a larger clan, you could have a bunch of people go into that square while the last guy closes the gate, so that you all don't get pushed back outside. Another cool thing is if you have second floor access, you can hop up on top of the gate and kind of use it to protect your front, but make sure you don't go too far over like I did right here, or you're going to get stuck and you'll have to kill yourself at that point. But if you get it just right, you can look straight down and protect yourself from any door campers that might be out there. And that goes for the sides as well. But yeah, people are unable to climb up to the top regardless of the trap, whether it's there or not, as long as you have this floor placed correctly and the triangles on the side placed correctly. You'll be able to block it off completely. So basically the point of this would be to add an extra 2C4 to the front of your base without increasing the cost of the base build itself, meaning you have to farm less to fortify your base more, so you could focus on honeycombing more rather than creating all of these like doorways in the front of your base to even out the raid cost from door to back ratio. So basically it'll strengthen your base while having less doors in the end, and it acts like two armored doors. Well, I guess it would be one armored door for two doors, but still it costs 2C4 to break that regardless, which is a pretty big bonus to the base. So I'll show you guys how to build it really quick. It's not too difficult, but you have to place your gate down first, which is unfortunate. And then you kind of have to teeter-totter around with some twig for a little while. So I would make sure that you code lock the gate right away so that nobody steals it from you. Now, getting the twig down is kind of difficult, and you're going to want to make sure nobody's around you when you're doing this, or that you're being protected. I think the easiest way is to have the gate open and then try to level it with the gate itself by looking up at the gate with your foundation, and then trying to like even it out and get an eyeball out for it. There's no real way to get it right on the first time. It's definitely going to take you 5 or 10 tries to get this right if it's your first time attempting this. I've done it about 50 times now and I still have a difficult time doing it, but you want it to be like more than halfway out of your door, or inside the door, I guess. If you placed your door correctly, you're going to be building on the flat side of the gate, so the doors will open inward if that's how you have it placed, with the sheet metal part of them facing out. They will open inward, and that's what we want. And then you're just gonna have to keep trying until you get it placed right. You'll know that you've placed it right if your foundations are just barely touching the stone gate. You'll see that the left side wasn't touching quite enough. You'll have enough room to run around on the inside, but if you can't place these up here, you didn't place it correctly. Something that I found that works more than less is starting from the outside and then working your way in and trying to put it a little bit in front of that like dark spot on the gate. And if your foundations are just barely touching the door, you've placed it correctly. You won't be able to exit from there. You'll be able to put the middle door frame down or wall, and then when you close the gate, you should be able to put these 2 triangles down. I would try to upgrade the base to sheet metal because if anyone rockets your base from the front, you want them to destroy the door before they destroy your base, so that they have to use more materials, use more raid materials on the base, you know what I mean? If you placed it correctly also, you'll be able to place these walls here. Don't forget about that. You'll never be able to put that wall right there, which is why I suggest trapping up that area so that raiders can't ladder up onto your base. And the inside, you can choose what you want to do. I would upgrade the back wall to high quality, just because angry people are probably going to just rocket directly into the middle of your base, so you want to fortify that the most. Or they're going to attempt to ladder up on top of your base, which is why I would do this. If you have walls all the way around your base, this is why I would do this, because your front gate is going to be open and you're probably going to kill a couple people with this technique. If you're not going to be putting walls on your base, I would leave this honeycomb open. It's not necessarily honeycomb, it's just blocking people from laddering up to the top of your base. But if you're not putting walls on the side, like your solar or whatever, and you find some auto turrets, I'd put those up there to protect the sides of your base, especially from door campers. Those auto turrets will help a lot. And then up here, this is how I would build the trap that I showed earlier on the finished base that I tested this out on. I would put 2 flame turrets here just to slow them down as they're coming up, or to completely deter them from coming up here ever again. But if they do break these flame turrets, you could put these little shotgun trap things right here, and make sure you put the correct embrasure down or they won't shoot through them. Basically, the embrasure blocks the shotgun traps from being seen from anywhere besides their kill zone. So they would have to come up here and die to them to know that they are there, especially since we have a ceiling up on the top. They'd either have to blow through that and come down here and die to them to see them, or they'd have to ladder up after breaking the flame turrets to see them. Either way, people are just going to think this is a little lookout zone instead of a trapped area after they break the turrets. So you might be able to put this quarter wall here. It's not a huge deal if you can or if you can't. It just matters how high your foundation is. If you place your foundation all the way to the ground, you should be able to put that quarter wall there. As you saw on the base earlier, I had the quarter wall there. And then what you do right here is up to you. I would utilize this square. If you're a larger clan and you need space for people to come in here while you're closing the door, I would utilize that square for that. But yeah, if all went well and you placed it correctly, you should also not only have a bunker for 2 doors, which you can lead to 2 different paths, they will also not be able to ladder up here whatsoever. They'll just get stuck. I would recommend leading each door to a different path, like I did in my other base. One went to the 2nd floor and the other went to the rest of the base, just so that if they choose the wrong door later on, they have to come back and use even more explosives. It's like a 50-50 chance type thing. You'll see what I did over here was have this path go towards the center of the base where there's an unlootable loot room, and then the other side just goes up into our shooting floor right here, where we also have access to the top of the gate to check for door campers. So what you do with the base after this is up to you. This kind of creates a strange footprint for the rest of the base, but it can really lead into anything else after it if you build it correctly. That's all I got for you guys today, though. If you want to see this incorporated within a full base design in the future, let me know in the comments below, and by leaving a like on this video so that I know this is something you guys would be interested in the future. Like I said, if you want to suggest something, you can leave it in the comments below, or you can check my community tab. Every so often I'll post polls on there for video suggestions for the future. Also, I'm going to probably be streaming at some point in the future, so be sure to go follow me on Twitch. Link will be in the description. When I do go live, I'll announce it on my Discord. The link for that is also in the description below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you're new here, and I'll catch you next time.